All right, welcome aboard for NFL Pregame Party this fine Veterans Day weekend. This weekend, we've got a live game going on right now. We will give you updates for the rivalry renewed. This used to be the game in the aughts. I can't believe I'm saying that. In the aughts, that used to decide who was going to win the Super Bowl, really. The Patriots and the Colts. They renew their rivalry in Frankfurt, Germany, as we wrap up the NFL international games. And we're also going to have a special guest in for Knock today. He's probably under the weather because he was partying with his brother for his birthday last night. My bro is going to be here to help us out with the college picture. And we're going to also have a breakdown of your entire slate of games this afternoon for your NFL weekend. So kick back and relax for this episode of NFL Pregame Party. All right, welcome aboard for Pregame Party. I'm your host, Joe's Atmosphere. I'm the head coach and GM, and I had to reach all the way down to the third string today. Pull out my brother, knock off the dust on him. What's going on, man?
Cheers, man. You know what? That's the first time I've seen that opening graphic for this show. That's kick-ass, bro. I dig that a lot. Yeah.
You like that one?
Yeah.
I, of course, am Steve Largent in that whole deal. Matt,
I like that different angle you got of Kurt Warner being sent into his retirement.
Yes, it's the same clip from a different angle. Yes,
Awesome.
Absolutely. But the touch I like that I put on it is I got the last thing you see is Lombardi's face through the players, and then you see the trophy, right?
Yeah, it's no doubt.
That's the deal right there. What
Very well.
the hell is going on out there?
You know what I mean? Everybody grabbing out there. Grab.
Grab.
Nobody tackling. That's happening today, man. It's so bad. It's so bad. Anyway.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. We've got a real barn burner going on in Frankfurt right now. It's 7-3. Colts are up. This is one of those days when, whether my wife likes it or not, I'm rooting for the New England Patriots because I cannot root for the Colts in this game. No, it's not happening. You never root for the Colts in this rivalry, ever. But I just don't know, man. The Patriots look bad, dude. All this talk of Belichick being needing to be replaced and all this stuff. Man, he picks the groceries and everything, man. He's the GM, so kind of got to put it on him, don't you, Dan? I mean, Dan.
Yeah, well, he can put them out there, but
they still have to play.
Players to go out there and perform, and he's got some players in key positions, namely the quarterback position that just. Oh, yeah, it's time to cut him loose. I think this is his third year with Mac Jones. Yeah, he's not going to make it, so they need to move on from him. I hope he's looking for a suitable replacement. Who knows? My guy might end up there in New England.
So. Your guy, Daniels? Really?
Daniels, yeah.
Well, we're going to get into that.
There's not a whole lot of wins on their schedule. There's just not.
No.
You got a staunch defense, but their offense is just garbage.
It is. And, like we were talking before the show, if you put Scrubs out there with Brady, he can make them better. But you put Scrubs out there with a scrub quarterback, and it's just it's not going to look good.
I've never subscribed to that scrub because everybody that makes it to the NFL level they have the talent to play.
Yeah.
And they have the talent to perform. The quarterback position, you can't hide that position.
No.
If it's not good, you're going to see it on the field, right? So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Do you think it's O'Brien?
No, I think you have a bad quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's a garbage quarterback.
I'm just throwing possibilities
He's garbage
out there, man.
Garbage. I mean, they're making excuses for him left and right. But
Minshew he just hit like a 30-yarder, put him in on the 35 on the other end of the field, and there's a flag. Oh boy, yikes!
I mean, Minshew would be a better option for a quarterback than
Mac Jones. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Minshew's shown that he can win. You know.
Yeah, so. he comes out there and wins every week. Yep. Let's see who we got in the chat. It's Gridiron Masters. He says, howdy. What's going on,
Gridiron Masters, what's up? Thanks for joining.
All right. So what we decided we were going to do, and what Danny's really here for, because Knock partied with his brother last night. He's probably going to watch this on a replay. He's probably still asleep. But we're going to cover main reason why I brought Danny in here is because he knows way more about college than I do. So we got the results from yesterday's games. Starting with Michigan, number one, you wanted to cover the top 10.
Yeah, just the top 10. I mean, those are the only
First of all, hang on. Let's go ahead and show the top 10 what they are. Let's show the rankings real quick. This is the college football playoff rankings. And what we have here is the top 10. You've got Ohio State at number 1.
Total joke.
What I'm wondering is, how is the champ number 2?
Well, because
they've got the same record.
This committee is voting on it, and they have a matrix, whatever. And I'm sure part of that matrix is if you're in the Big 10 or whatever it is now, Ohio State, Michigan, you're going to be automatically elevated to the top positions. As long as you keep winning, it doesn't matter that you're playing high school football teams. As long as you keep winning, you're going to be at the top of the rankings.
And I guess it doesn't matter that you get smoked in bowl games against another conference.
Doesn't matter at all.
Man. Let's see.
You're talking
Mike
about
is here. What's going on, man?
You're talking about jewels of the college football world. They're still held in high regard. Ohio State is one of them. Michigan is another one.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Beat one of those teams, they would be up there.
Yeah, I'm wondering how Washington isn't in the top 4. That's surely they could supplant Michigan or Ohio State.
Well, I mean,
because
their Pac-12 conference is a very soft conference.
Yeah.
The idea that they're even number 5 is amazing to me because there's some one-loss teams out there that would – you put LSU on a field with Washington, that trounce them. Just pound them into dust.
Yeah.
But they're out of the Pac-12. They're 9-0.
Mm-hmm.
Still considered a power conference. So, yeah, they're going to be up there.
That's funny. In one breath, we're saying that, it's a soft conference. That's why they're not in the top 4. But the strongest conference is number 2.
Yeah.
It's the same record.
Champs who are just laying waste to teams. We're going to look at the scores from yesterday. And one of the big games from yesterday was Georgia and Ole Miss. And that was an important game because Ole Miss still had eyes on the Western Division of the SEC if they would have won that game. And they got pounded.
52-17. Jesus.
Pounded by Georgia.
I mean, Dan, the last time I checked, to
be the man, you got to beat the man.
It just makes sense to me. You talk about a team that hasn't lost a game in a couple of years now. I mean, Georgia is
They just don't want these guys to three-peat. That's what it is.
No, I think it's still freaking bias for the southeastern South states and blah blah blah, whatever. But that's all right. These rankings, when Georgia makes it into the playoff, you're going to see the cream rise. It always does. You can't hide it.
You cannot hide once you get to that point, can you? Yeah. I'm looking forward to the 12-game playoff or 12-team playoff. I'm looking forward to that big time.
Because there's some teams on the fringes that don't get into that playoff that could really make some noise. Tulane's one of them. Tulane is the winningest program in the last 2-3 years, right behind Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
They're quietly having another good year, 9-1.
Yeah.
But let's go through these scores. Top 10,
Sure.
Ohio State. They smashed Michigan. You got Georgia. That was the big game of the day. Georgia laid waste to Ole Miss. Now with that win and the I think it was the Missouri win. Anyway, the SEC is set for their conference title game. It's going to be Georgia and Alabama again. So oh yeah.
Go Dogs!
Heavyweight. Yeah, I got to pull for the Dogs. Michigan. Look, there was another big game. And again, Penn State lays an egg. They just play some uninspired football when they play Ohio State, Michigan. These teams, if they want to win that conference, they've got to beat these teams.
They got to get over the hump. They got to figure out how to beat them. Yeah.
They never do. Florida State, look, that's a tough game right there. It's an in-state rivalry. Florida State and Miami's always.
And Miami's gotten better.
Miami's gotten better. They are on the rise, but Florida State, they found a way to win. So they're undefeated. They're quietly having a good season. Then you got Washington. That's a big win. Now Washington beating the running Utes. That's a big win. It's a Pac-12 conference game. So Washington showed out there, and they won. They did what they had to do. They kept winning. Oregon.
I love it.
Yeah. Again.
Anytime Lincoln Riley takes it on the chin, I love it because you know how I feel about that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And they just, it's a big win for the Oregon Ducks. They put SC's always dangerous, right, in the Pac-12. So it's a conference game. It's a rivalry game. And that game, the game wasn't as close as that score may indicate because Oregon had them all the way.
Would you say that the game of the year was really when Washington beat Oregon?
For the Pac-12, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean, in that conference.
Yeah.
That's really what decided who's going to win that conference, right?
Yeah, it's still, I mean, there's still some games to be played, but I think you're going to see Oregon and Washington seeing each other again in the conference title game.
And they could easily beat Washington. I mean, it's not like Washington blew them out. That was a
tough game. It was a hard contested game. Oregon left some plays on the field. I watched that game. It's going to be a good game. That's going to be a rematch. They'll play each other again. I think they have some games to play, but it looks like it's trending that way. Texas, TCU, tough year for them. After going as far as they did last year, they're really struggling.
Yeah,
this year.
They were in the national championship last year, weren't they?
I don't know if they've lost guys to the pros. I don't know what's going on there, but I mean, they gave the Longhorns all they could handle. It's an in-state rivalry game, and but the Longhorns came out on top of TCU, and then you got Alabama just putting the boots to freaking Kentucky. Kentucky traditionally has under Stoops, they've had a pretty staunch defense. Not so much against Alabama. That quarterback that they got as they moved into the second half of the season, he's gotten better. His wideouts have gotten better. So Alabama just pounded
Stoops. You're not talking about Bob Stoops. You're talking about his brother, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
Mike Stoops, is that his name? I don't know.
I think so.
So that's how the top 10 shook out. So some good football yesterday. Let's quickly talk about the Heisman hopefuls. If you want to bring up that graphic,
sure, absolutely.
So you're talking about the first guy up there is that's the Washington Huskies quarterback, having a great season.
Penix, I guess is how you pronounce his name. Is it Penix or Penix?
I think it's Penix. I'm not really
Penix.
Sure.
Okay.
But he's throws a great deep ball, a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns.
This is him right here.
Yeah, he's having a solid year. Media loves him, so he's getting all the love.
That's his numbers versus Stanford, which, we're talking Pac-12 stuff here.
Yeah, Stanford. I mean, what are you going to do? So,
but he threw an interception against Stanford. I think that should cost him a little bit.
They're 9-0. They beat Oregon. That's the big head-to-head. So, he's having a really good year. So, he looks like he's the front runner. Next up is I think it's Jaden Daniels you got on the graphic there.
Yep.
He's come out of nowhere. And look, this guy. I mean, I could go on and on about him, but all I can say is you take him off the field, LSU doesn't win a game because they have such a porous defense. It's terrible.
Which is unbelievable. They're usually known for their defense, and
he sets an NCAA record yesterday. He had over 300 yards passing, over 200 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns total against a very good Florida Gator defense. He's putting these numbers up against great defenses in the SEC. And I'll even go further and say, if you ever take the time to look at his line against Alabama before he got knocked out, they had no answer for him. He was doing exactly what he wanted when he wanted to do it. Yep. So, he's going to be up there. Next in line is, this Harrison Jr. He's
Marvin Harrison Jr., that's him.
He's a wideout for Ohio State. He's picking on the high school football teams, and he's having a good year. So, he's a butthead, so he's going to get some freaking love from the media.
Well, he's the son of a Hall of Famer too.
So, that's good. Well, Bryce is a son of a Hall of Famer too, and he's playing for USC. He's having a good. Why isn't he a Heisman hopeful?
Right,
whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's having a good year. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. And then the last guy is the Florida State quarterback, I think.
Yes, and this guy right here.
Yeah.
He's having a very good year as well. And
Travis Nix, I think, is his name. Hang on. Let's get down to him real quick.
Yeah.
There he is. Jordan Travis. That's his name. Jordan Travis.
He is quietly having a very good year. They're undefeated. They've beaten some quality teams. And, they had a tough in-state rival game against Miami Hurricanes yesterday, and they handled business. And he's at the trigger, man. So, it's a pretty good take Marvin Harrison out. I don't even know why he's in there.
But you got 3 good quarterbacks there.
Yeah, and I would say, Bo Nix should be in that top 4. Mm-hmm. He's the Oregon quarterback who's having a monster year as well. I don't know why that Harrison Jr. is in there at all, but anyway.
They might have had them neck and neck. Let's see if he's down here at number 5.
Bo Nix is having a great year.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
There he is. Bo Nix from Oregon.
He's having a great year. You take him off the field. I don't know that Oregon is very successful either. They've got a good defense, though, in Oregon for Pac-12 play. So we'll see what they do in the playoff, but if they make it. But I would have him instead of that Harrison Jr. guy. So, so there you go.
7%. Wow. That's
well, you're talking about a guy. He's like a 5th-year starter, man. His career started in Ole Miss. I think he played his first 2 years in Ole Miss. Then he went out to Oregon and has been at the trigger there. He's solid, man. I mean, he's a solid football player.
So they've got Nix and Travis. That's what I was seeing. They have Nix and Travis listed together.
Okay.
As straight up equal at number.
If I was running that, I would take Harrison out of there and just go with the 4 quarterbacks because those guys are the straws.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ohio State can win without that Harrison. And they just could. The caliber of teams that they're playing, garbage.
So what you're saying about Marvin Harrison is that he's a.
And you were the puss, always bled.
Yes, and I would take that further and say that about Ohio State, buttheads as a whole, because they're jerks.
Oh man, that's okay. They're all gonna find out.
Be the man. You gotta beat the man.
Look, that Georgia team, and they're getting some folks back that have been injured, and they're going to be a tough out, man.
It's looking. I mean, who knows? When the ball's snapped, you never know what's going to go on, man. Especially in college football, you never know, man. You really don't. But I mean, it's easier to call in the NFL, but man, college football, you never know because
you never know, man. You never know.
The conference games during the season aren't a clear indicator because the teams at the top of these conferences, I mean, there's a huge difference between them and the guys that are 3-4 below them. There's a huge difference there.
Yeah,
but when it comes down to it, though. I don't care how much East Coast bias they want to put on it. The SEC is still the best conference out there. So whoever's representing that one, that's the team to beat. So
I mean, that's the thing. You can sit there and say it all, and that's the beauty about the season. Mm-hmm. As a fan, you can say, "Oh, my team, my conference," but at the end of it all, at the end of the playoff, it's always the SEC just blowing people down. I mean,
and if you look at the bowl game list, they usually win their bowl games too.
They usually do. I think last year they got their ass handed to them, but It's weird because they do these bowl games like 3 and 4 weeks after the regular season's over.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
really
have your 18-year-olds ready to play a bowl game.
All I know is, as an Oklahoma Sooner fan, I'll be glad to join the SEC because I'm tired of getting beat by them in bowl games.
Yes,
because all that's going to do is make us better playing that kind of competition.
Yeah, look at Mizzou, man. Mizzou is having a great year.
Yeah, they are.
They beat Tennessee.
How long have they been in the SEC now? Is it 10 years?
10 years, I think. And look.
They competed right away. They were in the SEC championship like the second year, weren't they?
Second year and the third year. They went there a couple times already. They're going to get a good bowl game this year because I think they're sitting at 7-2. They just beat Tennessee. So Tennessee's got a good team, and Mizzou's doing good. They are doing good. So they're going to get a good bowl game. And, colleges, we'll see the rankings. I think the new rankings come out on Tuesday, I think.
But you voters out there, make sure you're voting for Jaden Daniels, please.
I could sit here and do his horn all day long, but you have to watch the tape on him. It's amazing what he does.
I saw a highlight from yesterday's game where he just pulled it down and took off, and he went right up the sideline, just gutted them fools, man. I was like, Jesus Christ.
85-yard touchdown, and nobody caught him. I mean, he hit gear that I was like, whoa, I didn't even know he had that gear, man. Yeah, that was awesome.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's some of that what's his name from Baltimore? That's some of that action, man.
Well, that's what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
So but what I'll say about Jaden Daniels is he can sit in that pocket and he can make all
He can play from the pocket. Yeah.
He can make all the throws.
Yeah.
Yeah, touch.
It's not just bullets, huh?
Whatever. Yeah, the guy can really do it.
And the Colts just pinned the Patriots inside the 5.
What's the score?
7-3 still.
Yawn Fest. Okay.
Yes, Yawn Fest. Yawn Fest in Frankfurt. Here comes.
Really? The Germans must be over there going, wow. The Germans are going, wow, NFL. It's awesome. We got to get it over here. Look at it.
Oh, man. I picked New England in this game, too. It's bad. That's bad. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up this week's slate of games in the NFL, boys and girls.
Not for long.
Not for long, league. That's it. That's it exactly. Let's see.
I got to get my picks up here so I know who I picked.
I can pull it up. I got my phone right here if you want.
I got mine right. Broeem.
Yeah, bro.
Here we go. Yeah, I did pick the Patriots on today's game.
Yeah, there's the one touchdown in the game right there. Taylor going in.
Amazing.
Yeah. They tried a tush push, and one of the Patriots got hurt, and they went for it on 4th, and they went around the edge. So
I heard one guy called the Philadelphia thing the brotherly shove.
A brotherly shove. That's what they call it now, Dan. The brotherly shove. Yes. So let's see. Let me get up to the top here. I got to get my stuff here. Okay, there we go. Scores. And what we want to do first is take a look at. You need to shush. Of course, you guys didn't hear that because I don't have any sound on. Scores. Yes.
Scores and highlights.
Week. First, we want to talk about game we didn't see last week. The Monday night game between the Chargers and the Jets. It was horrible. I know you didn't see it because you go to bed early, but this was just a horrible game.
Chargers versus the Jets. Now you tell me that's must-see TV.
Yeah. They were expecting the Rodgers show to be going against Herbert, and we got Zach Wilson mucking it up all night long.
The NFL needs to look at these games and maybe alter, because these are professionals.
Yeah.
Say, okay, we're not doing that game. We're going to have whoever on Monday night, and just switch it.
Right. I got you. Yeah.
Professionals.
They're professionals. You should be able to do it. If you're going to have meatheads out there, you might want to just go ahead and switch the game. But Los Angeles took care of business. Bosa was up Wilson's butt all night, so they couldn't. Yeah, and God love them. The Jets have a great defense. They really do, and they're being wasted. They really are.
Yep. It's like
It's a
the
shame.
Saints play. They have a great defense, but no offense.
Yep. Okay, so we'll go back and get to this week. We want to get to this week, which is week 10. And it started Thursday night with another killer matchup, which should be down here at the bottom because it's already finished.
It should be at the bottom because it is bottom.
It is bottom. Yes, sir. Let me see. Where's open?
Panthers and the Bears.
Yeah.
Garbage.
It was complete garbage, dude. It was much like this one. The score stayed the same most of the game. All the action happened in about the first quarter, and after that, it was field goal fest. And garbage football. It really was. Badgett overcame
Bears. I know that. I took the Bears in this game.
Yeah, which you should have. I mean,
16-13. Was that the final? Holy mackerel!
That was it, bro.
What a yawn fest!
It was. It was horrible. It was a crime against primetime football. It really was.
Humanity.
Yeah, crime against humanity, no doubt about it. Okay, so we've got today's matchup, of course, which I'll be giving you updates, but it's horrible. It's the Colts and the Jets. The Colts are ahead 7-3 right now, and
dude, you can say that about a lot of these matchups. It's just a lot of mediocre football being played.
Mm-hmm. I know it is. Let's see. The next one we've got on the slate is, I wish I could open this. I don't know. For some reason, it's not working the way I want it to.
The next one we have is what?
It's what? It is. You know what? I'm just going to blow this up. That's what I'm going to do. That way, it's the only thing on the screen. And, of course, I get video. I don't want video. I want that. The Browns and the Ravens today. Ravens, 7-3. Browns, one game, actually, game and a half behind them, really. Looks like the Browns have had a bye week already. They're 5-3. But I said it at the beginning of the season. If you're not watching this division, you're missing some damn good games because they have got some good teams in this division. Even the worst team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, are finding ugly ways to win football games. It's ridiculous, man.
This is an interesting matchup. It always is. You talk about former team, new team, blah, 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 that dynamic, so.
Yeah, they don't like each other. That's for sure.
No.
Yeah, they don't. There's going to be a fight in this game at some point.
Somebody's going to say something about somebody's mother, and then
right,
your
mama, and wham, wham, wham. Yeah,
I took the Ravens on that one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Which you should. I mean, dude, last couple of weeks they've beaten up Detroit and Seattle, and held them to frickin' field goals while they're rolling up 30+.
Let me ask you this, Joe John. How many times have we said this same narrative about the Ravens during the regular season?
Oh, yeah.
It's
a regular season game, Dan. So, yeah, you got to take them, right? Yeah. I mean, but when they get to the postseason, that's when...
Not so much.
But, today, I'd have to go with the Ravens, too. They're doing too much. This right here is killing me. You need to stop this.
Absolutely killing you.
Yeah, it's absolutely killing me. It keeps wanting me to talk about the Patriots, obviously.
Nobody wants to hear about the Patriots. I hate to say that, but
no. I hate to say it too. But
yeah,
I think we're both on the same page with this. Looks like the Ravens in a walk. Next,
I don't know if it's going to be a walk, but I think they're going to win that game.
Next up, we've got the Texans versus Joe Cool and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Look, hey.
This is going to be a fun game to watch right here, bro. This is going to be fun to watch. Because guess what? Joe Burrow had his annual tanking of the first quarter of the season, and now it's on like Donkey Kong.
Look, the Bengals have got it in gear. I mean,
yeah.
They are tough on the road. They're tough at home. They've got they've got the mental toughness to play anywhere. Houston's coming on. I like their young quarterback. I don't know that they have enough to. The Bengals are playing, and their defense feeds off that offense. So, and that's a nasty bunch there in Cincinnati. So,
Yep.
yeah, I'm taking the Bengals in that game. I think it'll probably be maybe a 10-point game, but I think the Bengals will win it. So
Yeah, but the rookie of the year is on the field today
so far,
for the Houston Texans. I think he's going to get it unless he gets knocked out in the second half of the season. I think he's got it wrapped up, man.
Yeah,
that game last week, wow, he ripped
Sure.
the guts out of the Buccaneers, man, at the end.
But what about the 2 games prior to that? And it's garbage.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean,
it's 8 games into the season. He's solid. So we'll see.
It's 4-4 season. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Gridiron Masters, I guess I missed this one. Sorry, man. He said Jimbo Fisher is apparently fired from A&M. Wow, that's an expensive decision just to be 8-4 again in 2 years. They need to just let a coach work. Okay, wow,
really.
And Ruben says, "Hail, happy Sunday. Enjoy the games you watch today." Yeah, for sure. Uh-oh. What happened here? Uh-oh. Okay. Something happened. The Patriots are moving the ball. It's the end of the third, and the score is the same, 7-3. But I'm just saying they're not going to be a pushover today. I think Houston's going to do well, but I think, dude, Burrow, he may be the most dangerous quarterback in the fucking AFC, dude. I mean,
well,
him and
Mahomes,
and then,
he's very Brady-esque. He gets a good read. He's very intelligent, but what he can do that Brady could never do was he's mobile. I mean, he sees, he can really break the pocket and do damage that way. So as long as his calf is all right.
Oh, dude. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with that calf. I watched him play it against Atlanta, and he was if the Red Sea parted, he was gone. He was clipping 10, 15 at a crack. And woofing when he got up, dude.
Just real quick about the Jimbo Fisher. I just looked at the news on that. It says he's expected to. So he hasn't been fired, but that's the way the winds have been blowing. Since the start of this year, because
wasn't that the defensive guy that got you a championship? He was a defensive coordinator one year when
Jimbo Fisher was offensive coordinator for LSU.
Oh, offensive. I thought it was
David administration. But A&M's got great facilities.
Mm-hmm.
Their roster is loaded with 5-star recruits.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't get out of their own. They can't protect the damn quarterback.
Yeah.
So something's got to give there. And that's going to be an expensive move for A&M, but if there's a university that can afford that kind of buyout, it'd be a Texas university, because these boys out here make tons of money on these universities.
They do, man. Hell, Texas has got their own damn television network.
Which is going away once they get absorbed by the SEC, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. They don't like competition, do they? Nope. They have their own network, too.
They don't share their money. They don't like to share.
Okay, next up here on NFL Sunday, we have got, let's see, who is it? It's the San Francisco 49ers at the Jaguars. We got some games going on this week.
Yeah, this is a big game right here.
It is. And the Niners are coming off 3 losses in a row, man.
And the Jaguars, they're another team that's getting it in gear, man. They're playing some solid football.
That's what happened. You just saw it right there, boys and girls. And I've got to change this to where I can get rid of that. That was a pick by the New England Patriots right before the third quarter ended. So the Patriots are in business.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a bad pick. I mean, that 5-3, that's 5 wins in a row and then 3 losses in a row. It's like Purdy has just come back down to earth.
Well, not only him. I mean, they're missing some pieces, and the defense has been susceptible. So that's not all Purdy. But I tell you what, the Jaguars have got their shit together. I dig their head coach. I think he's a solid head coach, and that's a scrappy bunch there, Jaguars. When you play them, they play a physical brand of football, man. So
how do you like that running back of theirs, Etienne?
I do like that running back. I think he came from Clemson. I'm not sure, but
yeah, they both played together in college. Yeah,
yeah, him and the freaking puss who always bled.
Oh my god!
And you were the puss who always bled.
Of course, speaking of
long-haired hippie. Yeah, they're playing good ball. I picked the Jaguars in that one. Yeah.
Well, one thing to watch out for today. Let's see how they use Chase Young. They just signed him right at the trade deadline to put next to Bosa to try and help out that front four.
Bookends. Yeah, I mean he's a great player if he can stay healthy. That's his problem. That's why the Commanders got rid of him because he didn't play a full year.
Yeah,
paying a big contract for a guy that plays maybe 10 games.
Right.
So
okay, next up, revenge. The Saints versus the Vikings.
I took the Vikings on it.
What?
Yeah.
Dobbs over your boys?
Look, the Saints are at 5-4, and their 5 victories are against sub 500 teams.
This is true. This is true.
The offense is garbage, and it will be proven out again today. In the dome, they will lose to the Vikings.
Danny wants to see Allen's head on a pike. Either that or him demoted to defensive coordinator again.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's just uninspired on the offensive side of the ball. They have no identity. They really don't have anything they can hang their hat on.
Well, there is one bright spot. The Storm and Mormon is showing out every game. When they do put the balls in his hands, he shows up.
Not enough. Because teams can game plan for that, And as we move on, that's what'll happen.
Yeah.
You got to have more than that. So in Carr, he's a 500 quarterback. That's what he is.
Wow, Mac Jones just overshot his tight end. And
Mac Jones
almost got picked. You just maxed out your microphone. You just nuked yourself. I think you just muted yourself, dude. I can't hear you now.
Are you serious?
Now I can. Yeah, you peeked out your microphone when you did that. Don't get so close, man. Are you saying that Mac Jones is a meathead? Is that what you're saying? Huh? Dude, your sound is all over the place now. You're way low or way high or yeah.
Just again or whatever. So
yeah. Okay. But anyway, yeah, Mac Jones is out there fucking it up. That I hate to see this shit. But anyway, I'm going with the Saints today, bro. You can go with those Vikings all you want. I'm going with the Saints. I know the power of that defense. I think they're going to get it done.
A realist.
Yes, I know you're a realist. Next. Oh, you want to talk about a game that's going to be garbage to watch, man. Jordan loves Packers. Going into the team that just wins fucking ugly, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Who's quarterbacking for the Steelers this weekend,
Should be Pickett.
Is it Pickett?
I believe. Hang on. Let's
He's been taking a beating this year. Every game it seems like he's injured some way, shape, or form.
Let's see if we have an injury report here. Not sure.
Yeah, I think I took the Steelers on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Love is it Love, right? I don't know that he's the answer there.
Jordan Love.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is what the guy's name is, and he's.
And you were the puss who always bled.
That's him, bro.
I don't know
the
answer there.
He is not the answer. No doubt about it. He is not the answer in Packerland. No, he is not.
Well, good for them because the Packers have had – they're like the Patriots. They've had good quarterbacks for like a millennia.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're back to –
more than a millennia. What, the 90s all the way through to a year
Favre and Rodgers, man. There you go.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, they have been blessed at the quarterback position for a long time. Between those
two quarterbacks, they won 2 Super Bowls.
You know what? The only time they won a Super Bowl is when their defense was worth a shit. That's the only time they won Super Bowls, man. Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, the New England Patriots, if they had brought their damn special teams, they would have beat the Packers in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
Desmond Howard with the robot.
Desmond Howard doing the robot on our ass going in the end zone. I mean, I remember that game, Dan. Bledsoe had just taken them down on like a 7-minute drive, got them within 3, had the thing turned around, and fucking Howard, who, to his credit, he was the Super Bowl MVP for the Packers. Well, it was not Brett Favre. In the one game that Brett Favre won in the Super Bowl, he wasn't even the MVP. It was Desmond fucking Howard. He had returns of like 36, 47, and that one in particular was like 88-yard return for a touchdown.
He was just killing them. Every time they got close, he would just take the wind right out of them.
It was crazy.
And then Reggie White took over at the end.
Oh, he did. He did. He just said, "Hump move. That's your ass. See ya. Get off of me. I'm gonna kill Drew Bledsoe." That's I don't know if I've ever told you this or not, but the thing I remember the most out of that Super Bowl run that the Patriots made when they played the Rams in the Super Bowl, won their first Super Bowl, the night you almost got arrested in the middle of the street, drunk off your ass, hollering. The thing I remember the most was Drew Bledsoe stepping off the bench for Brady.
And winning the AFC title.
And that drive when he stepped off the bench. Because he went 3 for 3 on that drive and went right down for a touchdown. But the second play on that drive, took 4 plays. But that second play, he was running out of the pocket, running for the sidelines, and he took the same exact hit that benched him. Mm-hmm. And he just jumped right back up and ran back on the field. And I was like, yeah, man. And I remember when he friggin' kneeled the ball at the end of that game, they showed him on the screen. He was balling. Yeah. He couldn't believe he was going back to the Super Bowl, man. It was awesome. I was very happy for that dude.
Hell yeah.
Because I love Bledsoe. I do. I've got my Bledsoe helmet around here somewhere.
He did that against a very solid Steeler defense in Pittsburgh. They went into Pittsburgh. And Bledsoe had to win that game for him.
Oh, yeah. Tim Brown showed up in that. Or not Tim Brown. His name was Brown. He was the return man. He took a punt for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Might have been Tim Brown. I don't think so. That's the guy that played for the Raiders, though.
Yeah.
I can't remember. His last name was Brown, though. But, yeah, he showed up in that game. Bledsoe stepped off the bench for Brady. It was awesome. Yeah. It was really great. Okay, next up, we've got the Titans with a new trigger man, Levis.
Yeah, I think I took the Bucks in that one. I think I took the Bucks in that one.
I'm hoping the Bucks win. I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. I know you're not a fan of the Buccaneers, but
I'm not. But I dig Baker Mayfield. I think he got a shitty deal there in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I hope he has a good game and they lose. There you go.
I hope he throws for 300, 5 touchdowns, and loses.
Just like they did against Texas last week. He was so sad sitting there on the sidelines when that guy took him down.
Dude, I mean, he's got to be thinking, what have I got to do?
Like, come on, man.
Right? I get you down there. I get you in the end zone. There's 40 seconds left. You can't stop this guy for 40 seconds.
He literally went like 3 or 4 plays, and they were in the end.
Boom, boom, boom. Just right down the field. I was like, wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks on that one. So
yeah. I'm pulling for him, too. Really flip a coin. Neither one of these teams are going anywhere, but I'm pulling for Baker.
Yeah.
But I like Levis. That game where they were wearing the Oilers uniforms in Tennessee and he threw for 4 touchdowns, that shit was awesome. It brought back memories of Dan Pastorini and Earl Campbell and all that shit.
Man.
Wow, this is awesome. They need to go back to wearing that shit. I don't give a shit that they're in Tennessee. They need to call themselves the Tennessee Oilers.
They still have the rights to that, but hey,
Yep.
I dig their head coach.
Vrabel. I don't think Vrabel's going anywhere. I think he's just got to get the right mix of guys, and he'll be fine. His defense is stout, so
it's the GM and the ownership group there in Tennessee is very strange. So I don't. Hey, unless they get that figured out, I don't know how successful he's going to be able to be.
Right, and he may move on so he can buy the groceries.
Well, there's a position over there in New England that might be coming open the next 3 years or so. Yeah, I think he'd be a good fit there.
Yeah. So, yeah, for sure. There's another guy, Gerard Mayo, that played linebacker for him that's on their staff now that they're thinking about grooming for that too.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, Vrabel's the proven commodity.
Absolutely.
Me. Because that dude, I just remember that game where he was coaching against his old mentor. And you remember that game where he kept taking the fucking delay a game on the before he punted it, and it was just wearing the clock down because it wasn't down to 5 minutes yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Belichick was losing his shit with the referees. I was like, "Hey man, where do you think he learned that shit?" Rabel's over there with his arms crossed, just smiling.
Yeah, that's a Belichick move right there. So
yeah, it is. It's fucking hilarious. I was laughing my ass off, man.
Yeah, I take the Bucks now.
Yeah, I got the Bucks too. Falcons at the Cardinals. We don't even need to talk about this game.
Falcons.
Now, DeMarco Murray is set to come back in this one. I have to tell you that. He still says Falcons. Isn't Taylor Heineke? Haven't they gone to him now?
I don't even know if they have the
pretty
trigger.
Sure it's
I
Heineke.
think he might be.
Yeah.
And you say the midget's coming back for
yes,
Cardinals?
Midget is coming back for the Cardinals, yes.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
Falcons.
Falcons. I'm with you. The Falcons, look, they need to just hang their hat on that rookie running back of theirs because he's very good.
Yeah.
And then go play auction off of that, man.
I actually picked the Falcons to win the South this year. I just thought overall they're a very balanced team with the quarterback position. You got to be solid there. So
yeah, they went to Taylor Heineke during the Levis game that they lost up there in Tennessee, and I think he's starting now. Next up, we got the 6-2 Lions. I never thought I'd be saying that shit. The 6-2 Lions going into the Los Angeles Chargers.
Should be a good game. It's
a good game, but
I took the Lions on that one.
Need to because Brandon Stokely is a fucking moron. He'll coach him right out of a victory.
Yeah,
I don't know how he still got a job. The only reason why they won last week is they were playing. Weren't they playing the Bears last week? Yeah, they played
I think
the Bears
so.
last week.
So Chargers organization, it's not like they have deep pockets to go get a really good coach,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
hang on a second. Let me fill in this real quick. Admiral Teague says, "Hail Joe's Atmosphere. Did you miss the breakdown of what will be a commanding and easy for the New York Jets? I haven't gotten to that one yet, man. 49ers, Ravens, and Washington should all win today. Mike Susie 4 says, and Admiral T is saying they're saying hi to each other. Okay. We haven't talked about the Jets yet, buddy. We haven't gotten to that game yet. But this one here, Goff hasn't played in a couple weeks. I think they had a bye last week, so they didn't play. And their last game, they got fucking smoked.
Well, this is the thing. They're on the road, and good teams can figure out ways to win on the road. And Chargers are not a slouch team. That they've got a lot of offensive firepower. So they're going out to Los Angeles. They're going to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Teams that are vying for a legitimate shot for the title, they find ways to win these games. So, I picked the Lions to win it, but we'll see.
Well, I pick him to win it because I like Goff. I like what he's doing now. I was his biggest detractor when he was in with the Rams, but he has really stepped his game up. He's learned how to. First thing he did was he learned how to step up into the pocket and quit fading back into the rush. Which is impressive. But yeah, I'm taking the Lions just because I will keep stumping that Brandon Stokely needs to be sent packing. This analytics bullshit is just that bullshit, They're
all doing it, Joe. I mean, these young coaches are doing analytics. So, I mean, you might not like it, but that's the game now. So,
well, going for it on your own territory on fourth down half the time is just silly. This guy does it more than anybody else.
This is the Dolphins freaking head coach. He's an analytics guy. You love the Dolphins.
I root for the Dolphins because my wife likes them. Okay. They haven't beaten. You want to talk about a team that hasn't beaten a winning team this year? Every time they play somebody.
More than Saints, yes, you're right. Saints are garbage.
Admiral Teague says the only thing I'm unsure of is how badly the Jets will humiliate the losers, Las Vegas, as no locating Raiders. What a name.
Some hatred there, I think. Just a little
Yeah,
hatred.
just a little bit.
Animosity.
You're going to be at this game today.
Yes.
You're going to see this atrocious piece of shit today. Oh, my God. See, this will be the day. This will be the day that Daniel Jones will come back from injury. No, he's gone for the year. That's right. You're not going to see Daniel Jones. So now you got to know this about my brother. He said way earlier this season that no quarterback named Jones needs to be playing in the NFL. And he got his wish with the Giants. Who are they putting out there today for the Giants? I mean, is it that
Bart Starr?
Right? They're going with the Wayback Machine. Yeah. I don't know who they're putting out there, but they're going to get smoked. Dak's going to have a good day. They're going to beat this team up. It's going to
look. I'm going to be in with 100,000 freaking cow flop fans.
Yes, Saints fan, get some. Get some, Saints fan.
The only thing good about going to the cow flop game is they have some kick-ass, what they call cowboy Ritas.
Yeah. Cowboy Ritas?
Cowboy Ritas.
Okay. Is it a margarita made with something else or what?
Yes. It's a margarita they have. And those are kick-ass. So
are they?
That makes it worth the trip.
You go, bro. You go tear it up. If you pick the Giants, you're just crazy. This team is in disarray.
Well, yeah, you're living on the moon or a different dimension. I don't know. They might be a good team in a different dimension, but in this dimension,
suck. Are you busting out the Houghton Dak jersey again today?
You know I am.
Yes.
You know I am.
By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Dak Prescott is actually from the part of the country that we are from. Here, he went to school about, 30 minutes up the road from us in a place just outside of Bossier called Houghton. And he was a Houghton Buccaneer.
Yeah.
And that's Danny's got that jersey to wear. He's not wearing it. Danny would rather get his skin flayed off with a knife than wear a Cowboys jersey. So he's going
to with a spoon.
Because it hurts more, you don't.
Brutal.
Oh, but anyway, he's going to wear his Dak jersey today. Yeah. Let's see. Admiral Teague says it's not like he's done nothing. I still like Daniel Jones on bass on base playing for the Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
I think Jets will upset Las Vegas. We're going to get to that game, guys. They're chomping at the bit to talk about that game. The Giants are a garbage fire. But if anyone could screw up enough to hand this game to their opponent, it's Frack Prescott.
Brutal.
I don't know. It just depends on which one we get. Goddamn right they will. Jeez. Okay. Let's see. What's the next one we got?
The chat this morning. A lot of aggression.
Yeah. A lot of aggression going on in the chat. These are some good guys, though. Mikey and Admiral Teague are cool. Well, look at Admiral Teague's avatar, Dan. Can you tell what that is? It's Commodore Decker from the greatest fucking Star Trek episode ever.
That is very good.
That's know it, man, from the Doomsday Machine. That's right.
Yeah, the Doomsday Machine. That's awesome.
Somebody's down for the Patriots. One of their linemen. And by the way, we have an update. 7 minutes, 45 seconds left to go. The Colts have added a field goal. The Patriots now need a touchdown to win this game.
Oh, okay. It's out of reach. It's out of reach.
It's out of reach now. They're not going to get there. But my boys are in action today at home against the Commandos.
Yeah, I believe I took the sea chunks in that one.
Yeah, you got to take the Seahawks in this one. We got obliterated last week up in Baltimore. Embarrassed. But you know what? We're coming home and we're playing the Commandos. And, we're going to get healthy this week. And we're going to hang 30 plus on these Commandos.
Hey, I don't know if you watched the Commandos. They're pretty solid on the defensive side of the ball.
That was until they traded off both of their fucking defensive ends.
You're wrong. You're wrong. Okay. Those two players were not in last week's game against the Patriots, and they played very well. They don't miss. I'm telling you, they don't miss those guys.
Against who?
Guys didn't play They were injured all the time. So
who'd they play?
Patriots, yeah.
The team that can't score a touchdown right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. My Seahawks.
Well, you're saying the Seahawks are going to put 30 points on the Commanders today. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. They're not playing the Ravens this week. They're playing the Commanders.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Let's see. Mikey says, one thing I could agree on is that Washington and San Francisco both hate the Dallas criminals.
Criminals.
Yeah, they do. I still hate calling the Redskins the Commanders. Well, hey, there's actually a Native American group out there trying to get them to change that name back to the Redskins.
Yep. Sure
it's going to be interesting. Okay. The game that you guys have been wanting to talk about, the Jets versus the Raiders.
Yeah, I took the Raiders on that one.
So did I. And I hate to disappoint you guys, but the Jets have got a great defense, and I love their head coach. He came from the Seattle School of Defense before he went to San Francisco and became their defensive coordinator. But I got to tell you guys, here's the problem. You're going up against a Raiders team that every time they fire their head coach, they turn into world beaters. John Gruden got fired a few years ago because of the Commanders' investigation turning up something. I really think that was Goodell trying to get rid of his ass, but that's just me.
That's going to cost the NFL a lot of money, too.
It is, too.
Gruden isn't giving that up at all.
But as soon as they fired him, all of a sudden, they turned into world beaters and beat up a bunch of teams. And we got Knock coming in here at the nth hour. I thought you were taking the day off, bro.
He's in, man.
Yeah, he's in, but we can't hear him. He'll have to work that out. But yeah, they fired their head coach, and all of a sudden they beat up the first team they played. Now, albeit I can't remember which team it was. Do you, Dan?
No,
it was not a world beater, but they beat them in like big time fashion.
Cardinals, maybe?
It was not even nice to them.
Yeah.
This will be a good game. I'm going with the Raiders just because they're the home team. That's the only reason why I'm going.
I'm taking the Raiders in a big win because they've got a lot more offense.
Yeah,
and I think as the year goes on, this Jets team is going to erode on the defensive side of the ball because their morale is going to get shot. I mean, you can already see that happening.
Yeah.
When there's nothing happening on the offensive side of the ball, as a defensive player, it eats at you, right? So, and then they're on the field all game long. So eventually, they're going to give up big numbers in the second half, like they do, and
even the greatest defense will wilt under the pressure of a bad offense.
You got to have something for the offense.
Yeah, there you are, Knock.
Super Bowl, they didn't have a powerful offense, but they got something from them.
Yeah.
All they need is 21 points. They're not even getting that. So.
Yep. Admiral Teague says, will the New York Jets show up dressed as Peter Griffin? Just how badly can Zach Wilson beat up on the losers in the desert? All this and more in the next Jets game. Mikey says, Chase Young joining the 49ers was a great trade. Let's see. Admiral Teague, rooting against the Jets is like rooting against sunshine. Who would do such a thing? Well, Patriots fans like me and my brother, that's who would do it. Yeah.
He's all in with the Jets.
You only have one first game after you fire the coach, and the guys hated. Will force no less than 3 turnovers and have the losers O-line of Las Vegas in disarray. Hey, man. I mean, it's a coin flip game. I'm just taking the Raiders because they're the home team. And they have a history of turning into world beaters when they fire a head coach. And Danny feels the same way. Knock, what do you think of this one?
Because I think they've got more balance.
Yeah.
Offensively, defense. It's got nothing to do with world beaters, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Culture change with the new head, because what's his name?
Pierce. He played for the Giants.
No, I'm talking about the previous coach. Every time, and this is his second shot at coaching, and every time he loses the locker.
Oh, Knock could tell you all about that guy. He destroyed Denver first. Josh McDaniels.
It was great.
I like the Raiders in that one because they're just a more balanced team.
Yep. Knock, what do you think of this one?
How you take the number one offense in the league before, when Mike Shanahan's last year, and you completely dismantle it for some bullshit and put Kyle Orton in as your quarterback? Yeah, okay,
yeah,
buddy.
it was bizarre in both cases. His stint at the Broncos and then his stint at the Raiders. If I didn't know any better, I think he's still an agent for Belichick, going out there and just single-handedly destroying, AFC franchises. That's one less one that they have to worry about. I wouldn't put that past Belichick. I'm telling you.
Josh, you're saying Josh McDaniels is a tool of Belichick, just going around blowing up half the
franchise, stick Josh McDaniels over there, destroy it.
It could be, but all those stories that came out, like I saw one where he traded Peyton Hillis because his wife found him attractive or something like that. It's just like, there's all kinds of stories out there. It's ridiculous.
Coach, ever, and he's gonna watch you. He's gonna end up back on the sidelines. He's gonna
go back to the T.
Yep.
I don't know why he ever leaves.
There you
go. Admiral Teague says the Patriots have 4 Super Bowls with Tom Brady. They won one of them without cheating, right? Dude, whatever. If you think your team ain't cheating, guess what?
Every team is doing it. They got caught.
How are you hate riots doing now? Yeah. Jeez. And Mikey says, until Geno and the Seattle Seagulls can prove themselves, my 49ers will take over the NFC West of the way and without any opposition. Hey, man, I'm not saying we're world beaters. I'm saying we're going to beat the Commandos today. I didn't say we were going to beat the 49ers. All right. That is not what I said. I didn't say anything like that. You guys should win the division in a walk, and we should be second, maybe a wild card team at best, but I doubt it. I don't think we're going to do well this year. So,
I think the Raiders are free, and so they're happy. And
yeah, they're happy. They're having fun playing football, and that goes a long way. It really.
And what's crazy? It's crazy when you have a really good running back, and you use him. Good things happen. It's crazy. It's insane. It's like
Josh Jacobs is no joke, man. Yep. Mm-hmm. No doubt.
And
look at our record and tell me the Jets are cheating. Laugh out loud. Dude, look, I'll tell you like this. I have a friend of mine that's a big Dallas fan, and he calls the Patriots cheatriots all the time and all this stuff. And I looked at him. I said, you know what? I want you to go back when they got whatever that film thing was where they got caught filming the Rams before the Super Bowl or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was one of the first scandals they had. I said, I want you to go back and watch the pregame show with your boy that won you freaking 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. That's right, 3 Super Bowls, because the one they won with Barry Switzer was with his team. Jimmy Johnson, who's on the Fox staff. He's on every Sunday pregame. I want you to go back and watch what he said about it. He said that he said every team is trying to get an edge. If you think your team's not trying to get an edge, you are lying to yourself. He said, we used to sit there and tell the people cleaning up the stadiums when the opposing team leaves, do not throw their trash out. We want everything out of the trash cans. I want to be able to get every piece of intel I can get on this team. He said that's how you get an edge against other teams in the NFL because they're all equal. He said that on national television, but nobody wants to hear that shit. No, the Patriots
doesn't meet the agenda, Joe John. Doesn't meet the agenda.
Yeah, it doesn't meet the agenda. The truth doesn't meet the agenda. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, look, the one that I really point to a lot of the time, and the reason why I think Goodell's a clown, he's the worst commissioner the league's ever had. Of course, they've only had 3, but in the modern age. But the Saints debacle, this Bountygate bullshit that they threw at the Saints and destroyed their franchise. They could have won back-to-back Super Bowls if it hadn't been for Roger Goodell and his bullshit. Because you know what? Every team has incentives amongst even the players to go out there and kill the opposing team's quarterback. Just happens.
Anybody that's played football at any level will tell you that is priority number 1 is knock out
the whole defense. Their job is to knock out that quarterback.
That happens to Pop Warner all the way through.
Yep.
And if you think that's still not happening right now,
right?
Again, rose-colored glasses.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, real world, this is what happens.
Well, Knock is on just in time for the game he wants to talk about. Well, let's catch up with the chat real quick. If the Raiders fan tried and true, you run Josh Jacobs up to 30 times every game from now on. There you go. Absolutely. He needs a bunch of touches. Weapons, target, Joe's atmosphere. We'll let you guy with a Donegal flag live, transport him to the brig. Then I want full spread of photons. He's trying to kill me, man. Admiral Teague don't want to hear what I got to say. Damn it. But anyway, this is the game that Knox worried about tonight, and I'm really hoping they can win too because I'm so tired of this. Is it tomorrow night? That's Monday?
Yeah, Monday night.
Okay, so
in front of you.
The Jets and Raiders.
It literally says
Monday
Monday
night.
11:13, 7:15 p.m. right there.
There you go.
Holy mackerel.
Look, man. Look. I'm a meathead. What do you want? I'm a meathead. You know
I am taking – what did I say? I think I said I took the Bills in that one. Let's see.
I'm not going to take the Broncos because Knock will never forgive me if I take him. He doesn't want me to put the no-Joe on him.
The no-Joe is a real thing, by the way. It is a fact of
I'm going to go with the home team in this one, even though I think the Bills are done.
It's physics. The no-Joe is a thing.
15 minutes are up. I think it's all Josh Allen and Diggs, and they don't have anything else. If you game plan to stop those two right there, you're going to beat the Bills every time.
Kincaid has come about, and we're pretty friendly with tight ends generally. So,
yeah. Well,
I think it'll be a good game. I think the Bills at home. Yeah, I'm taking the Bills on that one. I think it's going to be a close game. You know, I think Russell Wilson will figure out a way to give the game away. So there you go.
I mean, all he has to do is try to run out of the pocket. He'll get tackled from behind, and then he'll fumble. That's it. That's the end of the game.
Oh my God, man! Admiral Teague says Highlander. Those look like some nice axes. Gibson's all down the line.
No, I only have one Gibson. The rest of them are vintage brands, but they're all single cuts. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, brother. That's cool.
And he also says, today we take vengeance for the Heidi game. Oh, yeah, the Heidi Bowl. Holy shit. No doubt. We never let go of a grudge in Jetsland. Let's kind of all we have. Yeah, I hear you, man. Ravens will win their game today if Mark Andrews, their awesome tight end, catches for 2 TDs. The Ravens are going to win anyway, man.
He's solid. He's a solid tight end. And
the only way I see the Ravens losing today is if Myles Garrett just has that Hall of Fame game, which playing against Jackson, I just don't see that happening, man. I don't think he's going to let that happen. Let's see. Josh Allen, what a joke. Who would trust a quarterback with 2 first names?
There you go. Ricky Bobby.
That said, wow, Broncos are trash. I got an SG and a Telly myself.
There you go, brother.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
But as far as this one goes,
quarterback away from being
that trash team is only 1 game behind the Jets, so you know.
There you go. Yeah. What
you
were you saying, Danny?
I said I think the Broncos are quarterback away from being a solid football. That's Wilson. I mean, he's won Super Bowls, great quarterback, but I don't believe that's the quarterback that Peyton needs. And once they figure that out, probably going to have to go in the draft and find one. But the Broncos, I think you're going to see them going to go this way.
Well, if you look at the stats, like you put them up again, they show it all the time. You put his stats up with Mahomes, they're literally the same.
Yeah.
It's just that he holds on to the ball too much.
It's some of those decision-making in situational football.
He just when he tries to run away, it just cringes so much because he can't run fast.
Yeah, so he thinks he's 20 still, and he's not.
Behind. He can't. Yeah. But there are some times where he's been running and he's gotten like 15 yards, so he's going to keep doing it.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So, but that's when he gets in trouble. Just throw it away, man. Like, just throw it away.
You know what I've been saying? I think Peyton's going to turn your team around. I just don't think Wilson's going to be the trigger man when he does it. So, yeah.
I think he could, but our wide receivers need to step it up. They've been
That and that Peyton, Coach Peyton's offense is predicated on the run game, and until they establish that they can really pound it at you.
Oh, they did. That's what they did against the Chiefs.
All those deep cuts, happen. Is that run game? So.
Well, that's what happened. That's how we beat the Chiefs. We ran the ball.
Yeah.
The Chiefs only had like one real possession in the second half of that game. The Broncos destroyed the time of possession in the second half. Like they kept the Broncos
moving this way,
and they did that by running the ball. I think Wilson only had like 15, 20 passes in that game, if that. He didn't throw a lot, and that was a good thing.
And that's a good thing. Yeah, if you can pound the rock.
But our defense is good.
Why would you do anything else? Yeah,
I think
your defense. I think that talk about a defense that folds under the pressure of a bad offense. That's what we've seen through the first 6 games with them. But
we don't talk about that Dolphins game though. That one doesn't exist anymore. I think the defense is more than made up for it since then.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, not even allowing the Chiefs a touchdown is pretty significant.
Right. Well, you hear them say it all the time, coaches, complementary football, and you've got to have 3 phases. And if you don't have 3 phases, you're going to get cracks and you're going to get beat. So, once they have that balance, the Broncos, I think, are going to be a team to be reckoned with. I think you're going to see the demise of the Bills moving forward. I think.
Yeah, I think they've peaked, Dan. I think they've peaked. They're on the way down. They've lost too many pieces. It's. I think their window, their 15 minutes is up. Yeah. I think it's all about Cincinnati, the Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens. These are the teams that really stand out to me. The Dolphins, every time they go up against a winning team,
Pretenders.
The offense, they make too many mistakes, dude. They don't know. They just make too many mistakes. They really do. The defense plays well enough to win, though. They really do. That last one that they lost against the Chiefs, that defense played good enough to win, man. They held Mahomes and the guys to 14 points.
Well, that's just a franchise that just doesn't know how to close games.
Doesn't know how to do it yet. Yeah, they don't. And that's just...
They've been through quarterbacks. They've been through coaches. They've been through GMs. There's something going on there that they just can't seem to close.
Yep.
A lot of talent.
All right, well, that's it for week 10, boys and girls. We do want to take a look at the Thursday night game next week to start week 11, though, because it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a battle for first place eventually in their division. It's the Bengals versus the Ravens. I think this is the first time they've played this year, right?
Yeah, they're playing in Baltimore. That's going to be a good one.
That is going to be a really good game.
I'll tell you what will determine that game. It'll be turnovers. Turnovers will determine that game. It's a hard game.
Because the offenses are going to score.
My nephew's playing his.
Do what?
My nephew he's playing in his championship game that day too.
Really? Good day for football, man. Very cool.
Good day for football.
Yeah. But you may have to stay up for this one, Knock. That's going to be a good game.
I might be out and about. I'll probably be watching on my phone or something.
Really? Cool. That'll work. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I mean, everything goes well today, and Joe Burrow is standing upright at the end of the day. I think they keep winning, man. I'm not picking this one because, we got to see what happens today.
Let's see what happens today.
Yeah. But, man, that's going to be a fun one to watch.
I'll tell you what, that Bengal offensive line will be tested to the hilt against that Raven defense.
The Ravens defense is no joke. Yeah. They really aren't. I mean, they've held 2 teams. Now, look, when the Seahawks played the Detroit Lions both last year and this year, it was like watching a slot machine go off. Both of those offenses are really good. In back-to-back weeks, they held both of those high-powered offenses to field goals.
Coach Harbaugh always has that solid defense, man. Yes. They got balance, so it's all about that trigger man in the postseason.
Here we are. 40 seconds to go. The Patriots are running out of time. They clock it. No, he's acting like he's clocking it, and he throws it downfield and gets picked. And I think that's Zappy. They pulled Mac Jones. That's Zappy just threw a pick to ice it for the Colts. So, and the Patriots are out of timeouts. That's game. There you go. Over. Colts win 10-6 in a barn burner in Frankfurt, Germany. Wow.
Look, there you go. Look, I'm telling you. And the Colts put up points.
Yeah.
So you can't say anything about that New England defense, man.
Yeah.
It's their offense. It's the trigger guy. It's so bad.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat one more time before we get out of here. Let's see. If the Jets had gotten Lamar Jackson instead of Karen Rodgers, we'd be on our way to a Super Bowl. Fuck my life.
FML.
Mikey says my dad used to own a vintage Yamaha rhythm guitar.
That's what's up.
Let's see.
Look, Lamar Jackson, until he proves it in the postseason,
yeah, he's a regular season wonder.
Until he plays in the postseason,
Right, exactly. Because what he's been doing is showing up like a deer in the headlights and throwing it to the other team. That's what he's been doing.
He's either injured or when he does play, he doesn't play very well. So it's all about what you do in the postseason, man. That's how you're remembered. So
the other player San Francisco got back from injury was Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, that's big.
That's
big
a huge recovery for us. Yes, absolutely. That is big. That guy does a lot of things they've been missing on that team. No doubt about it. Okay, boys and girls. Anything else you guys want to let them know before we get out of here for week 10?
Saints will win the South with 7 victories on the season. They'll win the South.
7. They're going to end up 7-10 and win the South.
7
and host a playoff game. Yes,
and host a playoff game and get blasted. So
by the Seahawks, a wild card team.
I haven't paid
Seahawks and the referees will blast the Saints right out of the playoffs.
I haven't paid attention to this morning's game, but it ended 10-6. That's
garbage. Mac Jones pulled again.
Wow,
so,
what a boring game.
Yeah, it was bad, dude. It was bad.
Mac Jones, give me a break.
Danny has said he got half his wish. Daniel Jones is gone for the season. He thinks that if your last name is Jones, you should not be playing a starter in the NFL.
No,
as a quarterback. So he got half his wish. Daniel Jones is gone. So
I think this is going to be it for Mac Jones.
So has there ever been an offensive coordinator hired during the season? Could McDaniels go back and fix Mac?
Right.
He could go back, but there's no fixing Mac Jones.
There's
just no fixing that. I mean, he just no good.
Oh man,
no good.
It's horrible, dude. It's horrible.
It's bad. He misses wide open dudes.
Yeah.
But he makes some great throws, but then he makes some just bad decisions.
Just horrific looking shit, man. It's just wow. I don't know. It's sad to see a franchise just fall apart like that. And
this is like the 4th game this year. He's been pulled. It's the 4th game.
No, is it the 4th?
Yes.
I was supposed to say it's not the 1st. That's for sure.
Like the 4th game.
They put in Zappy a couple of times.
I mean, come on now.
I don't know why they just don't start Zappy, man. Fuck it.
I mean, really, just fuck it. Just do that, and there you go.
Yeah, let him go out there and throw picks. Get the fucking first pick, But anyway, Knock, are you just getting up, or did you catch his college report? That's why Danny's here. He stepped in and did your college bit.
The college report.
No, I caught a bit of it.
Okay, very cool. Anyway, well, listen.
Surprised you didn't mention OK State getting destroyed, but
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did.
The Cowboys. The Cowboys got nuked. Who nuked them?
Yeah, they got completely. It was like 35-3 or something like that. It was ugly.
Who did it to them?
Black Knights, University of
UCF. Well, the Black Knights in the blue uniforms.
University of Central Florida beat the shit out of them.
Most of them.
I'm talking.
They did.
They used it up against Oklahoma and got crushed. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yes, but that was an extremely ugly game.
All right, boys and girls. Well, listen, we are going to let you know what's going on with the channel. Of course, you're watching NFL Pregame Party. show where we let you know what our opinions are on the NFL and what's going on in it. And then tomorrow you can catch me on Morning Coffee with Gary. We're going to be covering some military movie. I don't know what it is. That's at 10 a.m. tomorrow on Pop Culture Minefields channel. And then tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be covering Delta Force. It's going to be another meeting of the Canon Film Club. Delta Force comes your way at 4 p.m. Central Time on That 70s Rock Fans channel. And then Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Central Time, it'll be Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. I'll be playing Stuntman Ignition. And boy, you want to see some fails. That's going to be crazy right there. That game's off the chain. And then, of course, Wednesday morning, you can catch me on Morning Coffee with John. He's playing the DLC for Cyberpunk, or as we like to call it, Escape from New York, trying to get the president out of Dogtown. That's at 10 a.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel. And then you can watch Knock and myself and the rest of the crew for State of the Atmosphere. We'll have a pop culture update, let you know what ended the strike. We'll let you know how the Marvels did on the at the theater this weekend, and we'll have a review of it because by then 3 of us, I think didn't John say he's going Tuesday, Knock? I think, and Knock and I have seen it, so we'll have our opinions on that, and we're going to talk about some of our favorite television series of all time. So tune in for that Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time, and then on Thursday, it's the Brothers Hack the Matrix. My brother Highlander there and I get together and let you know what's going on with the clown show that is 2023 through this week's headlines. We let you pull back the curtain and let you know what's really going on. The Brothers Hack the Matrix at 6 p.m. every Thursday evening. And then Thursday night, I will be playing Star Wars The Force Unleashed during Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. And then Friday morning, I'm back on Pop Culture Minefield with John, Morning Coffee with John, playing Baldur's Gate at 10 a.m. Central Time on Friday. And then Saturday, I will be doing Sketching the Privateer. This weekend coming up, I'll be doing it live from Shop Till You Drop. We have a show this weekend my cousin Heidi runs at the Bossier Civic Center. So I'll be broadcasting live from there. So for my brother, there can be only one, the Highlander, and Knoxter, the biggest Denver Bronco fan I know. I want to thank you guys for being here. And until I see you again, I want you to keep on keeping on. God bless.